Yeah, so welcome to another episode of the Fishtank Podcast. It has been officially 14 years since we recorded the first episode, and it's taken almost as long to get the gang back together. Not all in the same room, but this is as good as we're going to get right now with life and such going on. But yep, I am the host, and my co-hosts are all joined me again today. My name is Sebastian, and I am joined by
Yo,
anyone. If
yo.
you want to speak, go ahead.
Hey, stepping over me, man. Yo, it's Rory.
Yes, also joining is Sheg.
Yeah, and old boy Leon.
Well, we kind of got through that eventually. Next time, I'm guessing it's going to be a lot quicker and a lot more fluent than that. But it's the nature of how it is. So, without further ado, we're going to just slide into our first topic, which is the Bells Hotel. Yeah, so what are you saying about this Bells Hotel, Leon?
Yeah, man. I mean, me personally, I haven't done too much research on it, but all these things with asylum seekers, immigrants, and things like that. I just thought it'd be an interesting topic because obviously it's something that's currently happening, and there's a lot of unrest, let's say in Epping at the moment because of the people that are in this hotel, in the Bells Hotel.
For people who don't know,
Of,
who's in the hotel?
so it's basically immigrants, asylum seekers, um, and the locals are.
Criminals.
What was that? Criminal.
Criminals, brother. Criminals in there. Trust me.
Boy,
There's
criminals,
No,
honest
listen,
people
can I
as
say
well,
something?
maybe. I
Guy
don't
went
know
far right with
too
that.
much. I don't know
All
too
right.
much,
So
to be fair.
I was-
Because
I was like-
I can't just generalize and say everyone in there is a criminal, because there might be
No, there are criminals.
there might be honest
in there.
people in there as well. But do you know what I mean? There might be honest people in there as well.
All right,
But
well, let Leon
the
explain
reports
this.
is, I think it's an Ethiopia man. If I'm right, I think it's a man from Ethiopia who I think sexually assaulted a child or
Right.
tried to molest.
In the hotel, or
No, I think it's outside. I think the
Okay.
girl was walking past us at a bus stop or something like that. And basically the locals weren't having it, basically. They all wanted to bomb rush the hotel. Do you know what I mean? And like,
And just drag him out and just kill him there.
yeah, do a thing to it. But the police turned up with their vans and stuff, creating barricades. And then obviously people caught wind of it. And then you had people protesting about the people living in that area, saying that refugees or asylum seekers or immigrants, they have rights and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I just thought, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the state of our country at the moment and what we're just seeing on a whole. But I think like the Bells Hotel is a good thing to talk about because it's currently happening right now. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get people's thoughts on it. If people don't know too much about it,
Leon, Shay's
basically
dying to
it's
come in
just
on this.
unrest.
All right, go on, Shay. Come in on this.
I am dying to come in on this because I've been watching a lot of stuff on this lately, yeah. And from what I
Nice.
can see, actually the Bell Hotel is closed down now. Yeah. They shipped all of the migrants.
Can you turn your
They're
mic
called
up a little
migrant
bit?
hotels. Yeah. Migrant hotels where they put all of these immigrants, yeah.
Can you turn your mic up a little
So
bit,
these
Shay?
people that are legal immigrants, yeah. Now, what's happened is there's been a big uproar in Epping, such an uproar that they've actually closed down the hotel. Now you're going to say, oh, so what happened to all of these migrant immigrants? Well, they shipped them, yeah, in the middle of the night to Canary Wharf, a hotel in Canary Wharf called the Britannia Hotel. Now, out of these, I think there was about, I don't know, but there was a figure that 41 of these immigrants, and they're all men, yeah. So they're all men.
Yeah.
Now they've come across. They're all men, and so when they go into these hotels, the hotel staff they all get fired. They bring in different people to deal with them. They bring in all new stuff, new beds, new mattresses. All of the immigrants they get an iPhone, and they go out there committing crimes.
Wait.
There's
Wait.
41 of these immigrants, yeah,
Wait.
that are in the Britannia Hotel now.
Who's buying them
Right?
iPhones, bro?
Listen,
Who's
listen.
buying iPhones?
The government, bruv. The government. You're buying them iPhones with your
No,
tax.
bro.
Your tax money.
Your tax money, blood.
No one's buying
Listen.
them iPhones. Just
All right, okay. Let me tell you something. Let me finish here. So I was saying,
mate.
41 of these
bro.
immigrants that they've just shipped under the cover of night, like 2:30 in the nighttime, shipped them into Canary Wharf, yeah, 4-star hotel, yeah, Britannia, yeah. Out of the 41 of them, they've committed 90 crimes, bro. 90 crimes.
All right, listen,
41, bro.
All right.
Now, when they listen, let me finish, bro.
All right, go on.
Go on.
Turn up your mic a little bit, please. Just turn up your microphone if you can.
Does that sound better?
A little, yeah, you got it, yeah? Bring it
Anyway,
yeah,
listen. So basically, you're talking about, they ain't got iPhones, yeah?
I'm not saying they ain't got them. I'm just saying they're not handing out iPhones, bro, when they get off
Let me tell you something. What Leon was saying, yeah?
You got a package and that.
The two sort of supporters or protesters, I should say, outside these migrant hotels. You've got the locals, and it's happening up and down the country. It's not just there. It's happening up in Nuneaton, Warwickshire, all the way down, right? So there's one in it will come to me anyway. So going back to the iPhones now, yeah. So you've got these two sets of supporters. You've got like the left wingers, yeah. The what they call say no to racism, and then you got the Antifa, yeah, they're on one side, yeah, abusing the locals who are just trying to protect, and they're working class locals, yeah, trying to protect their area, trying to protect their kids, because these men's, they're coming where they're coming from, and where's their families? Because I tell you, them man's is married, yeah, trust me, they wherever they come from, yeah, they left a wife, yeah, and they left kids, yeah, so either they're no fucking political refugees. They're cowards, bruv. Where's their wives? They're coming like army.
And how do you know they're not just going ahead to see that it's safe? Like they
stop becoming hotels. They become barracks, bruv. These fit men. They look at this. Okay.
All right. Let me just interject then. So these 4-star hotels that you're saying they're in, are they? You're telling me when they're in there, they're still 4-star hotels, are they? Or are they just
bruv.
An old building that used to be a 4-star hotel? There's a difference.
So I saw one. I saw one TikTok here. This guy, he was in the dead of the night, yeah, and there was these lorries coming in, and he stopped one lorry. He asked the guy, "What's in your lorry?" Yeah, the guy opened it up for him. There was brand new beds and mattresses, in there. Yeah, the staff.
What did you see video evidence of this? Did you see video evidence of this though, bro, or is it just something you heard about?
No, I see. It was on YouTube as well. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, listen. Let me tell you about the iPhones because this is funny, bro. Right, so you got the Antifa, yeah. The Antifa, they're supporting the migrants. So the migrants, they're up in their hotel room, yeah, looking out the window, yeah. And the Antifa and the lefties, yeah, they're all like, yeah, hey, cheering them on and all that, yeah. They're waving, yeah, and then they're filming them from their iPhones from their hotel window, bro. You get me? Where'd they get getting iPhones from? That is why I know they've got iPhones. And yeah, you might laugh. Yeah, it is quite funny actually.
But they could have brought the iPhones with them. Why do you think that we get?
Yeah, exactly. iPhones are everywhere, bro.
People got iPhones all over the world, bro. They're not. It's not like.
So hold on. If you're a refugee fleeing wherever you're fleeing, just come across on a boat. Yeah. Where the fuck are you gonna get an iPhone?
You could be a refugee.
That's the first thing you're gonna get. No, they're gonna give you one. They're gonna give you one. And they all and when they saw them coming on the coaches, yeah, they're coming off the coaches and they've got these they got like all got a brown manila envelope, yeah. A4 brown manila envelope, yeah. White in one arm, yeah. They all got it. What's in that little package? And then their pockets are bulging with iPhone squares.
But what are you saying? What's in the package? What are you saying to the package?
I don't know, bro. They've all got, it's like command. It's not their commands there, what to do. But the thing is, a lot of them, they come and they just don't know how to behave. When they see young girls, that's it. They're gone. They've left their wife, innit? They ain't had no pum pum for how long?
Yeah? But is it a case? Is it a case that they're all like? I mean, I don't really know too much about this, but is it a case that one man's done something and now they're all being like
Right,
punished
okay.
with this, or like
More than one, man. More than one. There's been many cases. As I said, 90 criminal offences from 41 dudes.
Where's your sources for that?
Oh, okay, you want sources now?
No, I'm just asking. I'm not even telling you. Like, you have to. If you heard
What
in
you
the
want?
news,
You
you
want
read
some?
it in the newspaper.
What you want? Mayonnaise,
No, bro.
ketchup.
No, bro.
What kind of sauce you want?
I'm just
Don't
saying.
throw me about the sauces,
It's
man.
dangerous
Listen.
to like dish out that type of rhetoric because we don't know for real, right? There's obviously a lot of people.
You know, this
that
is
are, no, I'm
listen,
not. Look, I'm not saying that
it's
they're
not
not
true. What I'm saying. What I'm saying is not true. Yeah, I'm saying this for entertainment purposes and education purposes, brother. It's not true. Obviously, this is just for entertainment purposes. Come on, come on, man. You all know that.
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just saying that at the end of the day, there definitely will be some criminals amongst that bunch. There's no doubt about it because there's criminals everywhere. There's criminals everywhere.
That's a good point, bro.
You know, there's
Because
criminals
the thing is,
outside.
Criminals in the police. Police are raping people nowadays.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
There's
bro.
criminals outside the hotel as well as inside the hotel. Most of the people that hate those people that are probably going to go in there and try to kill that brother were probably criminals as well. So either way, there's criminals all day long. But I think it's one of those weird things where you can't forget that you can be a refugee like tomorrow. Stuff could go down. We could be at war with another country. They start bombing this place. You're going to want to get out. It's as simple as that. You're going to want to get out. You're probably going to want to take your phone. Take your phone with you, bro. And when you turn up to whatever country, and there's another dude sitting there saying, "What's he doing? Where did he get this iPhone from? Where did he get this iPhone from? Why is it? And where's his girl? Where's his wife?" This guy looks
You
like
don't even know what's happened to his family, to be fair.
he's got a West Ham shirt on as well. Like, he's a definite criminal. I've seen that film.
He's more likely to have a Man U shirt on.
Shout
than a
out,
West
you
Ham
muppet.
shirt. You know what I mean? Definitely.
No, it's interesting
But,
though.
you know,
this.
And I
No,
feel
the
like
thing is
some
though,
of the situation-
there's another thing because not everybody has been affected by criminals that that have been living in these migrant hotels. But the thing is, is that it's the thing that they've got accommodation straight away. They've got 3 meals a day. There's people homeless on the street there. People that have served the country, like been in soldiers, they're on the street, they're homeless, but these people just come and get everything straight away. That is what the frustration is with a lot of the people, the locals. They say, hold on, I could do with this, I could do with this. Why ain't that? I'm paying and everyone's struggling. So they're paying, everyone's in a hardship. The working class, I should say, they're in a hardship, but then they see these people getting everything for freeness, and then they see, and they're taking the piss as well. That's where you're getting a lot of, it's not just the criminal thing, it's what the government is doing as well, allowing this and not taking care of their own people, especially when you're talking about ex-forces and stuff like that. People that have served the country, got PSTD and all of that, seen their friends killed, they're homeless. But these people, they looking fit and healthy, just get everything, something is wrong.
And apparently a lot of them start delivering food straight away. Like they definitely no, seriously, bro. That's the thing. They find
You're moving, man.
They get an electric bike.
They find themselves
and a delivery bag as soon as they
food,
enter.
like within days, bro. Within days, bro. You know on your Uber app when it says that this woman's gonna deliver your food, and then it ain't no woman when the thing turns up, bro. You're like, who's this guy?
And they haven't got no insurance. Have you ever seen them driving on the road? Who's driving there? You see them driving past you every time. I just stop my car. Go past me because I don't want them crashing in. They ain't got no insurance. Come on, Uber. I don't even use them Uber things for that.
It's a weird thing because, like, all right, because from a government point of view, you're thinking, how do you deal with this problem, right? You can't just not let them shore because then you're basically saying to people they're just going to drown in the sea, which you can't do. You can't be responsible for that as a government, right? And obviously there'll be a bigger protest if we were literally just watching hundreds and hundreds of people just drown in the sea every single day. So that's one issue. And then the second issue is, okay, if you are now going to have a situation where you allow them to come here and then they become refugees, until they've actually claimed asylum legally and they can stay here legally, you still need a way of detaining them. You can't put them in jails because as much as you say they're criminals, we have no evidence of that until they've committed a crime, for one. So the only thing you can do is either put them in hotels or create another situation that's similar to a prison and put them in those kind of environments. You know what I mean? So you're in this kind of weird space as a country. What do you do with refugees until they become legal citizens of that country? You know,
Well,
but
what they do is they put them in the hotels for like 6 to 12 months, and then what they do is they assess them
yeah,
whilst they're there to
yeah,
see if they're safe enough to stay in the country.
exactly, exactly. And if they don't pass that
Either that, they move them on to other. Yeah.
then they get moved on. But the problem is as well, because there's an added problem with that. The added problem is obviously there's a period of time where if they are not passed and they don't become legal citizens, they can still flee. So then you've still got an illegal person in the country somewhere, anywhere in the country. Because not all of them are going to go through the process legitimately and try and get citizenship. Some of them will hide for years and duck and dive and do what they need to do and hustle to get themselves around. You know what I mean? But it's a weird one. It is a weird one. But I always do think to myself at the same time, um, that like I said earlier, it can happen to any country, any person. And I do feel like we do have a mentality in England of, everyone needs to go back to their own country and all that kind of stuff. But I always think, well, if we need salvation one day, which country's going to let us in? Because we've pretty much told everybody, just you're not coming in. So, which country would let us in? Do you know what I mean? If we needed that salvation one day, we might rely on certain countries to just say, okay, can you harbor us there for a little while until stuff gets better? You know what I mean? But at the moment, I think over the last 20 years, pretty much no one in Europe would want to do that. Pretty much no one internationally would want to do that, especially take millions of English people. No, not
So
really.
okay. So if nobody wants to take us, yeah.
But that's because of the way we go on.
So why should we take anybody if nobody wants to
I'm not
take us?
saying we should. I'm just saying, how do we deal
You
with
see all those? Listen, let me tell you something. You see those supporters, yeah, that go out there and protest, and they're protesting for the migrants, yeah, saying that it's racist, yeah, to have a view about them being here, yeah. You ask any one of them, how many of these migrants have you brought into your house, yeah? Yeah. How many have you brought into? And you tell me, you know what the answer is? I ain't got no space.
I ain't got the space right now.
Yeah. Get out. Don't tell me that, bro. If you ain't gonna do it, don't tell everybody to do it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
You know that taking into the house thing, though, I swear it didn't, like, with the war in Ukraine.
They tried it with the war in Ukraine, yeah.
The Ukrainian people coming over, but they were going into people's houses and staying in people's houses.
But they looked a certain way. That's why.
Yeah, did you get it?
Yeah, but that was women. That was women.
It weren't just women.
It was mainly women, bruv. This is all men. You don't see no women in these.
Yeah, but
hotels.
also brown skin looking men. That's another problem with it. That is a part of it, regardless of, even if you don't want to look at it as out and out racism, which partly is.
They're not brown skin.
A lot of them are
the
brown.
The ones I see, they look like Eastern European looking.
That's brown enough, bro.
There weren't no Ethiopian looking.
They're not Polish for Ukraine, bro.
They were not Ethiopians, bruv. Like they weren't dark like you.
Ethiopian. I'm not saying they were African. I'm just saying they're not white enough. That's what I'm saying.
Of course, they're not white enough. But I don't think that's not. I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's the main issue.
I think it is. I genuinely think it is. I think it's part of the issue. Whether it's the main issue, it's part of the issue for some people. Definitely.
It plays a part.
Definitely. Because then you're going to get the far right jumping in on it. And that's when it's all going to start getting messy.
I think it will outside of London anyway. But outside of London, like it's different to inside London. And if you're putting these kind of hotels and these, like, in areas where they ain't even used to seeing someone from another culture,
there you go.
You're just opening yourself up for issues because the moment they see that person and they feel like, oh well, he's acting suspect, they already prejudged him. Whereas inside London, you're used to seeing other cultures. You're used to seeing it. So it's kind of like, well, what's the plan? Like, where are these people being housed?
The plan is civil unrest. That's the plan. It's caused unrest, man. You see it all over the place. Like, it's up and down the country. But why? Why are these people being put in these areas? Why are they not put in areas where these people that run the country, why are they not living in hotels around their area? Why?
Hampstead and that. Like,
Why they're not there, bro?
In Chelsea. But I was just saying that there's one in Barbican, but that's like I don't know, it's not a residential sort of area, Barbican, is it? Of London. It's not a residential.
They got blocks of flats there.
Barbican.
Yeah, Barbican's a whole box of flats, but it's like because of where it's situated, it's got like a museum and a theatre and all that kind of stuff. It's classed as like, I don't know, like I would say a more posher area than
but then
somewhere like Essex or Epping or something like that.
Surely the solution to this is that the government just need to start processing people a lot quicker than what they are, right? Like,
how did they do that though? That's
these
crazy.
people are just being put in this place, and it's almost like that's you now, and nothing. It appears as though nothing's happening for a long period of time,
and that's the problem because process takes long. Like we know, court takes long for everything, so it's never going to be a matter of case that they'll come in and within a month they're legal. That's never going to happen, or illegal. And then the problem is, if they're illegal, how do we deport them? Because that's what people really want to see. People really want to see, more than people staying, they want to see people get deported. If there was more people on a daily basis getting deported than the people staying, they'd be all right with this. They'd be like, oh, well, we sent back 100,000 the other day. We watched them leave on the boat. They'd be cool with that.
To where though? Like,
I don't know where. I mean, at one point they were trying to send everyone to Rwanda. What happened to that plan? That obviously fell through after the Conservative list. But that was actually a plan at one point, believe it or not. Crazy. Let's just send them to Rwanda. Like that wasn't a madness. That's crazy.
With $3,000 in their pocket.
With $3,000.
And an iPhone.
And an iPhone.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
If they was the latest iPhone, Shane would go nuts.
I ain't got the latest iPhone, have you?
No. Exactly. I ain't got that kind of money.
But I didn't say it was the latest one. I just said it was one with a camera. Put it that way.
One with a camera.
Because they was like taking photos. You get me out the window, taking the piss, bruv.
But the funny thing is, the same thing is going on over in the States, and the same unrest is going on over in the States. You know, and
but see how Trump is dealing with it though. He's
dealing with it in a different way. Them. But that creates havoc. I mean, look at what's her name tried to do, Theresa May, when she tried to do the same thing with the Windrush people. And you're like, hold on a minute. Some of these Jamaican people have been there their whole entire life. You can't just send them back. It's the same with
just because they ain't got a British passport.
Yeah, same with the Mexicans in America. You can't just send someone back that's been living in America for 60, 70 years. That's craziness. You know what I mean? Like, that's a whole nother level of unrest that you're going to be bringing on that. And then speaking of Trump, just to move on to a slightly different direction, I mean, look at the Epstein situation. What is he actually about? What has he been on like that we don't know about? Has it been going on? Has it not been going on? We know that these two have been friends in the past. There's lots of video footage, lots of photographs, lots of evidence stating that these guys were buddies at one point. There's no doubt about it. And he won't release the Epstein files. So that says something. This guy will release everything. He will even tell you the KFC secrets if you want to know. But he won't release the Epstein files. And
that was one of the things he promised when he was campaigning. That's one of the things he said he would do. He said he would release the Epstein files if they voted for him.
Yeah.
But politicians always promising shit they don't do, bruv.
That's all politics.
That's part of the handbook. You know what I mean? Like, you promise it, and when you get in power, you don't do it. But I think he got into power because he doesn't want it released. That would just destroy him. He had to get there, bro. Because if he didn't get there, game over for Trump, bro. He's got control of it. He's a don, bro. He knows what he's doing, man.
Can he get his name like kind of redacted from?
He has. They redacted bare of it.
They have. Okay.
But he's still gonna have to some point release them. So even though it would be released, it would be redacted. Like you could probably
there is no list.
Of course, there's a list. What do you mean?
No, there's no list. That's what they said.
Nah, bro. They already.
Yeah. They said there's no list. Forget about it. There's no list.
Maxwell's speaking now, bro.
Forget about it. There's no list. That's what they said. They went to their, I don't know, their courts and that, and they done all their investigation, and it come out. There's no list after all. There is no list. So forget about it.
You got Trump. You got Epstein. We all know what Epstein was up to, right? We all know now. Is everyone in agreement that this guy was a nonce? Yeah, he was a dirty piece.
Yeah.
Right, had
At
an
least.
island. We all know the story. We've seen the Netflix documentary. So far,
Yeah.
only one person got locked up for it, which is Ghislaine Maxwell, who's doing 20 years to life in a prison. And he supposedly committed suicide on some suspicious circumstances. But now we've got a president of the United States who's on a mad one, and it's been linked officially that this guy and Epstein, Trump and Epstein, were best of buddies. How much do you feel that he was involved with Epstein? Do you feel like he was doing some nasty ass stuff on the island?
Bro, he said it. He just grabs women by the pum pum. Come on, you know.
I mean, he was elected on that.
Come on, bro. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Let's not forget,
you know,
America
he's on that,
elected
bro.
him on that. So, could you imagine the British Prime Minister saying that and still getting the job? That's what I thought was so nuts. The guy still got the job after saying that, and everyone heard it, and they were like, "Yeah, it's just locker talk, though, isn't it?"
Yeah, but it was,
Crazy.
it was all about who he was up against, who his opponent was. So I think a lot of it was the lesser of two evils, in my opinion.
No, but he was up against Obama at first, though, wasn't it? Wasn't it Obama the first time round and then Biden the second time round, wasn't it? So at that point, they just wanted Obama.
He was up against Hillary, I think.
No, Hillary.
Hillary was up against Hillary because
because Obama had finished his term,
Yeah.
he couldn't be re-elected. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Hillary. So it was crooked Hillary.
Yeah, and the Clintons on some mad.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
There was some serial killer shit. Them lot. Trust me.
So it was like, we'll take Trump over Hillary all day long.
It's just like they took Trump over the other mad woman. What was her name? The one just now.
Kamala.
Harrison. Is it Harrison?
Kamala
See how we forget their
Harris.
names so quickly.
Camila, I think, isn't it? Camila? Is it Kamala?
Camilla Harris. Harris.
Yeah, Harris.
Yeah, that mad woman.
But the funny thing is, the first
and she was a
time
woman
round-
of color as well.
Yeah, they're both women as well, which I thought was interesting. But the first time round, you could see that he was genuinely shocked. I don't think he was actually ready to be president the first time, because I feel like he did it. He ran for it, but I don't think in his heart of hearts he really, really, really thought he was going to get it. Because even when you first watched that first time when he had to walk out on stage when he'd just been told you are president of America, the shock and awe on that guy's face, like he was just mad, baffled, like, whoa, I'm actually the president. This is he looked just as baffled as everybody else did. And I think it took him the first presidency to actually fully understand, if I get back in, what I'm actually gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, I think the first time round was almost like a trial period. Now this time round, I feel like he actually has some sort of idea of what he wants to achieve. Whether he's going to achieve any of that stuff, I don't know. But the first time round, he was just saying mad stuff. Like, just, we'll build a wall, we'll make them pay for it, all that kind of mad stuff. Like, he was going like crazy. He was like, you heard that Fat Joe when he's like, I robbed all the kids in the gym and made me carry their stuff home. He was on that type of vibe. So, I don't know. I feel like this time around, as much as I don't think it's going to be any better, my personal view, because I still think the guy's a little bit nuts. I genuinely feel like this time around, though, I think he wishes he had the same conviction as he did the first time. But I still think he's delusional. I mean, like, his whole stance on Israel and the way he fought genuinely. And you could tell after he did that interview when he said, what did he say? Oh, Israel, they're fucking idiots or something because they didn't stop the war. And he genuinely felt like by him coming in and just saying, can you guys just stop fighting? That was going to be it. Peace in the Middle East. Like job done. I could go to lunch now. Like, do you know what I mean? Something that's been going on for centuries and centuries. Donald Trump genuinely thought that he was just going to be able to stop that in the space of like an afternoon. So, yeah, I still think he's delusional. Totally. So, but going back to the point, which is, how much do you think is involved in Epstein and how much do you think is going to have an impact on the rest of his presidency? Is this something that's going to loom over for the next 3 years? Or do you think he was going to be impeached because of it?
I don't think nothing looms over this guy, bro. Like literally, this guy has been charged with stuff and come back, and everything's all golden. Like nothing's looming over this guy. He ain't worried. That ain't keeping him up at night at all. So I just think whatever is there in the paperwork, you'll see him last day of his run. He's going to be shredding a bunch of documents. And he'll be out there.
He'll be doing it on video. I'm just talking about that's not what I was doing. That's not what I was doing. What about you, Sheg? Come in on this one. But you were quite vocal about Sheg, about Donald on the first run. I feel like
on all these runs. Listen, if I was an American and I could have voted, I would have voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Let me just and I'm not even joking, bro. Let me show you.
Oh my day. I thought you might do it,
you are a madman.
Right now,
let
me tell you something. As a Christian, Christian, I have to look at the options, and the options for me was either vote for Donald Trump or vote for some demons, bro. Trust me, some devilish rituals and all of this. You know what I mean? So for me, if I was an American in America and I had to vote, I would have voted for Donald Trump. I probably wouldn't have voted actually, because I wouldn't have put my faith in any of them. But for me, he to me was the lesser of two evils.
Better the devil you know.
And that's my thing. When it comes to him and what's his name, Epstein. Yeah, back in the day, they all listen. I reckon that he's probably raved with Hillary and them people. It don't matter what party they're on, whether they're blue or red or whatever. They all know each other because they're on a certain level, and you don't get to them levels without knowing each other.
This is my point now,
they probably like each other as well.
This is my point. Donald Trump sells himself to people by acting like he's not an elite, but he is an elite because he knows all of those people. He's been born into that world. He's never not been a millionaire since the day he was born, but he sells himself as if he's against the elite. But that's, to me, is what makes him more deceptive to me, because I know that he's definitely lying then. Because if he's trying to tell me that he's not one of them when he clearly is, I feel that's more deceptive than the very people that are blatantly just don't care about me. Because he's trying to act like he does care about you, and he don't. That's the part that I think is even worse, because he can't.
Don't love none of them, bruv. Don't love the people that don't care about you, that you know don't care about you. And also, you don't love the people that don't care about you, that you don't even know them, that you don't know they don't care about you. They got no love for them people, bro. But what I'm trying to say is
find that more dangerous then?
Because it doesn't matter.
He's telling it to you like he is your brethren, but he's not your brethren.
Oh, and you think ignorance is bliss?
No, but what I'm saying is, at least with some of the others, they're not trying to act like they're friends with you. It's like when you see the prime ministers in this country when they go to the pub. You know, they do that thing where one day a year where they go in the pub and have a lager and they act like they're one of the boys. It looks ridiculous because you just like, you can't convince me you're a normal person today just because you went in the pub or you went in a factory and put a high vis on. They always do that one day a year where they have to go and put a high vis on, especially around election time. That to me is more fake. I'd rather you just be that dude and just say, you know what, I don't really like any of you people, but like, but
you're gonna get votes like that. Are you gonna vote?
I guarantee you. But I will do a job for you. In a way, that's why Sunak got his position, because everyone knew Sunak was not one of us. As much as he tried to act like he was, right? He couldn't even pretend, bro. Guy tried to get another car just to go to the petrol station in. He tried to do it. Meanwhile, his wife's got like 4 billion in the bank, and he's trying to act like he's on the level. But in the end, he just broke free of that chain and was just like, you know what? No, I'm posh. I'm posh. I mean, what's her name say the other day? What's the name? The conservative leader now, Kemi. Didn't you hear what she said about Nigeria? She said she's not Nigerian no more. She renounced her Nigerian citizenship. Yeah, she said she crossed over, bro, fully.
Crossed
Don't want
over.
nothing to do with you guys no more. He's gone.
And do you think the average Nigerian would see her and say that's a Nigerian? No, they will recognize her as a Nigerian. Yeah, she's damn right. All of the Nigerianness has been washed out of that one, bro.
I saw a
Have
comment.
you ever seen a Nigerian like that?
I saw a comment.
The only
on
thing
Facebook
about her that's Nigerian is her name, bro.
just because a lizard sleeps in the river does not make them a crocodile. That's what I saw a comment on the Facebook. I started laughing. But yeah,
going back.
But Trump,
going back to the Americans. Can I just say this last thing about these Americans?
Yeah, go ahead.
And all politicians that are in power and the ones that are trying to get in power, they're all actually working for the same agenda, bruv. And
Yeah.
it's, what the thing is like, depending on who gets in power, depending on how fast that agenda is progressed. That's what I think.
I agree.
But it's all towards the same agenda.
It is, but I do think there's camps. I do feel like there's still sides and divisions within that elite. Like, I feel like what you're saying is true. They are moving towards the same direction. But within that, because I think when I was younger, I used to just think they were all part of one big, massive group. But I feel like it's a little bit more complicated than that. I do feel like there's still sides within that big one massive group, even if they are moving in the same direction, but there's still different agendas within that group to do other deeds. You know, there's always going to be two sides to everything. But yeah, I don't trust none of them, and I definitely don't trust Trump. And I definitely think what will be interesting though is because don't forget, this guy Epstein's whole house was supposed to be set up for video camera, innit? So every room, all these shenanigans are supposed to be recorded. It's supposed to be like, you know, the whole Diddy situation, but back in the day. So there could even be video footage of that. Do you know what I mean? Of him doing certain things with underage girls in rooms. And if that gets released, you know what I'm saying? Like it gets crazy at that point.
But I don't think that's why I don't think any of the stuff will get released, because the people that would have to release it, their bosses are probably on the same videos.
Yeah.
Like, everyone who's at that level to push the button is probably involved. So
can I interject there? Do you remember the fires in LA?
Okay.
The whole area got burned up. And there's all those pagans in those areas, bro. And trust me, there was bare video footage. I swear, all of that shit got burnt down, bro. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like in those areas there, them man still on some madness in the Hollywood and all that kind of business. How can the whole area just be engulfed with bare fire like that if it was?
Do you think they just got rid of tons of evidence?
I think they got rid of a load of evidence, bro. It's the same with Puffy. They went in there. The way they went in there to get rid of evidence, bro.
Yeah, that definitely was an extraction.
Do you get what I'm saying?
About it. Yeah, that was an extraction.
It's all from the same playbook for me, bro.
Yeah. I thought that when they raided Puffy's house, I was like, they ain't raiding his house. They're removing certain evidence that Puffy happened to have. And he had video on certain people that they couldn't let that see the day of light. And they couldn't have him have that power.
Yeah.
I think his only mistake was telling everyone. That was his problem. I think he was just someone that couldn't keep his mouth shut. But he could have probably had all that video evidence for a lifetime. But he had to lean on certain people. And once he leaned on certain people in the wrong direction, and then obviously then he went and threatened the Ciroc dude, I think that was when it was all over. They were like, all right, we need to just go in there, get everything we need to get, throw this guy in jail for about a year, and let him cool off for a bit. You know what I mean? Like, give him a slap on the hand.
I feel like Donald Trump is he might come across as an idiot, you know what I mean? But he's a smart man, because the way he played it, he put himself in a position where that shit ain't coming out, even though he promised. He put himself in a situation where, I promise you this, but it ain't coming out because I know there's bare stuff on me in there and my brethrens. So I'm going to secure the bag for us. That's not going to happen. Don't worry. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm in power.
Until you said that today, I've never really looked at it that way, that he put himself in that position to ensure that was never coming out. But it's totally a possibility. It's totally a possibility.
Yeah, but so do you think that Epstein, who was Epstein working for? You understand? He won't. They say that he wasn't working for no U.S. government.
No, apparently it was
He's working. So
Israelis,
he's
isn't
working.
it? It was
Israeli
Mossad.
Mossad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
so hold on a minute. Let's go back. If he's working for Mossad, then Mossad have the list. No. So then is Trump working with Mossad then?
Well, Trump loves Israel. We know that much. USA loves Israel to pieces, bro. Like, we know that much. They will defend Israel to the death.
I see. So they got a special relationship.
100%.
Even better than we got. Even the better than one we got.
Exact same connection going on, yeah. The serious connection of why we need that one little place in the world.
Yeah, but do you know what? This thing about the list, yeah, they've told us it doesn't exist. They've put that in the mainstream media that the senators, they're happy that the list doesn't exist after all. Forget about it, basically, was what they were saying to everybody. Move on. Do you know what I mean? Move on to the next distraction. Yeah, because there's lots of distractions that they'll put out there for you. Like Diddy, you were talking about Diddy just now. Yeah, he's cool, isn't he? He's all right. He's got a bit of shaming, though. Was this a shaming ritual? You know what I mean? Give him a spank, slap on the wrist, yeah. Don't do it again. But he'll be all right. He ain't going to do no more time. Time served. And then he's actually suing people now. Imagine that. Everyone thought he was going to get done.
And he just got the keys to New York City before they did this. Literally like a month before. They gave him the keys to New York City, bro. Just before they did this.
He'll be all right.
I mean, I'm no fan of Diddy, but like, yeah, you could see it was a complete stitch up from day one. Because, I mean, this guy's been on TV for years talking about these parties. It's not like these were secret parties. Everybody in the whole world knew about these parties. So it's not like they found out he was doing this on a DL. He weren't doing it on a DL.
I think it's the party after the party. When he said to Fabulous, he wants the party.
The party.
Do you know what I mean? It's the party after the party, man. Like, he does throw good parties, I heard. But it's the party after the party.
No, but I think everyone knew what that party was, man. I don't think anyone's delusional just thinking they were just going to go to the party, bro. But anyway, we spoke about America, we spoke about the UK, which kind of brings us to our next topic, which is UK versus USA rap. What do we think about that?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't think it's framed right. Like, although they're saying UK versus stateside rap, it's more grime versus stateside rap. I don't feel like a lot of the UK rap artists are trying to get out there or get involved in this.
Yeah, I think it's a Skepta, Joyner Lucas thing. I don't think it's UK versus the US for me. That's what it seems like, because no one else is. Obviously, what's his name? Big Zoo, this Eminem. I haven't even listened to it, to be fair. It's a waste of my time to listen to that. Like,
I had to
get what I'm saying.
So I was like, what is this dude on? Like, I didn't even know this guy was a rapper. I thought he was a cook. I thought he was a chef. I didn't even know this guy was a rapper. But I had to listen to it. I was not impressed by it at all. But my thing is the same in a sense of I actually haven't heard any rap. And it's funny because I think Wiley was saying something online about there's a difference between grime MCs and rappers. Like, you have to understand that there's a difference in the lyricism of these two characters. Yeah, and I agree. I feel like there are people that I know that if I was to say, for example, there's certain people that I would send to America to battle certain rappers, it wouldn't have been any of the people that have stepped up so far. None of them at all. Because they're not what I would call straight lyricists. They're good at rhyming and they're good at grime, but they're not the people I'm going to put on when I want to hear true hip hop and true lyricism and wordplay and all that kind of stuff. Like, they're not them guys, basically.
Does grime, does it come under the umbrella of hip hop though?
I suppose it does.
Well, it kind of does. It kind of does. But then when you look at like the language in grime, a lot of it's going to get lost in translation when like it's falling to an American ear. So straight away, the slang or
the accent,
how certain words are being delivered over here might hold a certain weight and might might be said in a certain way to get like a wheel up or whatever, but that's not part of the same kind of structure that goes with rap so much. Like, I don't know, like a 4-bar wheel up doesn't really like, that's not a thing. Whereas in grime, I'm saying this to get a wheel up so I can repeat it again and get the crowd involved. And it's a different kind of feel. So I don't know.
Grime comes from, it's a UK thing, is it? So it comes from more like a West Indian kind of background with like ragga and stuff like that.
All hip hop does.
With the clashes and yeah, but I mean with in terms to how it's formatted here, with in terms to how the grime is, I would say the wheel up thing is very much, do you know what I mean, of a West Indian heritage. So I think that's where that comes from. Obviously, hip hop started in the States in the Bronx, and it was. I'm guessing it's Jamaican, right? As a Jamaican,
it's influenced by the same thing.
It's influenced by the same thing, but it's slightly different in the UK than it is to the States, basically.
And also, I think you got to remember, like, the UK is still, no matter what, it's 30 years behind. Like, that's never going to change. You know what I mean? Like, the America.
In what sense, though?
In a sense of just where we are as identifying ourselves. We had to go through the stages of, first of all, are we trying to sound American? Can we use certain slang? Is it okay to use the N-word? Like, there's all these things that we've had to evolve over time to become our own version of hip hop, as opposed to a mimicked version of hip hop. Where if you look at other countries, they didn't really have to go through that cycle. Like France and places like that, they just sound organic in their own language, in their own thing. Whereas we, because we speak the same language as America, we've had to try and jump that hurdle of, you know, trying not to mimic what we've seen, because there's a lot of cultural differences between the two countries. We can't really do what they do. You know, not everyone you know walking around here is letting off shots and shooting guns and living that lifestyle. And I'm not saying they are in America, but for some reason it seems portrayed more organically there than it does here. You know what I mean? And I feel like over time we've got to a point with UK rap where it became more about lyrics and became more about wordplay and becoming more about clever wordplay than actually just street life and gang life and blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, if you listen to a lot of UK battle rappers, it's sometimes funny. It's actually a lot of comedy going on and stuff like that, because they are more interested in the structure of rhymes as opposed to acting hard. You know what I mean? Whereas obviously I listen to a lot of American hip hop and battle rap, and a lot of American battle rap, they're still in that stage of, it's about gun bars. It's about, I'm gonna come to your place and shoot you, but saying in a very, you know, clever way. But we have kind of moved away from that in certain aspects of hip hop over here. Whereas where I think that's where grime has kind of just continued with that aspect. That's the main difference, I would say.
I feel like there's certain. Go on, bro.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like they kind of, what we do over here is we emphasize those differences, like the differences between grime and UK hip hop, the difference between drill and grime. Like, like you see it when they go to the award shows. An artist will call out another artist and say, okay, but you're getting an award for grime, but you've released one grime song out of the whole year. So there are people in those lanes that don't want to be considered UK rap or drill. They want to stay as pure to their craft. So I feel like that difference, I don't think, is exactly the same out in America.
Yeah,
I mean, there are artists that can do both, you know, like Dave Santander. I think Dave is a great artist. Like the way he raps is the way he flows. He can do both. For me, Gets as well. Gets is one of those artists that, for me, can rap over hip hop as well as grime. Do you get what I'm saying? And
but that's what they were saying. Why didn't we sing Gets instead of sending Skepta? That's what.
But I think it's just gimmicky, isn't it? I think
I think it's promotional as well for Joyner Lucas's album, because his album came out as well, and he mentioned it in a diss as well. So I think it's more promotional use for Joyner Lucas's new album, ADHD, whatever it's called.
The one person I probably wouldn't have sent is Skepta, though. I don't. It might just be a personal preference, but he was never.
Sorry. Can I interject? What do you mean? Who did they send? Where did they send them?
So
what's going on? What are you talking about?
It means that essentially, like, he called him out. Skepta called out an American rapper who's known for being a lyricist. So it's kind of like you're trying to challenge someone who, me personally, you're not really on that level. That's the way I'm
He's
looking.
not ready. He's not ready.
It's just, it's not even that he's not ready. They're not the same genre. They're just not the same genre.
What do you want to chat? He challenged him to a battle rap?
No, yeah, well, just a rap, basically a battle rap, but yeah, but on a beat though, yeah, on a beat. It's kind of like, you know, when you get these UFC guys that want to challenge the boxers, it just doesn't work, right? That's what it is. It just doesn't work. It hasn't happened yet. It doesn't matter how good you
isn't
are.
Isn't this a gimmick?
Well, it's a gimmick in a sense, yeah, but I wouldn't want to go out like that personally. You know what I mean?
So the American rapper is going to chat about like where he comes from. It's better than where he comes from.
But they're dissing each other, yeah.
But beef is trending at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not good, is it?
Drake thing. And it is about the sport as well. That this is what it's about. But I feel like sometimes they're taking it a bit far, and I feel like this UK versus US thing is a gimmick. I think it's basically a joke, because it's not that. It's basically Skepta versus Joyner Lucas, and the narrative it's UK versus US when it ain't.